Hi team, Coach Allison back, week 49, Defy Aging. So it is kind of hard to explain, but I think it'll be fun because it's going to really make us think. You're going to be in your own plate, in your own space, working at your own pace on this routine this week. I don't know what to call it. So we're kind of all over the place with reps. The reps are even numbers only, between 2 and 12. We're going to start with the lowest number for round 1. So the lowest number is 2 reps because we're going evens only. Second round, we're going to jump all the way up to the highest number. So second round is going to be 12 reps. Then we go down to now the new lowest rep count, which is now 4, because we already did the 2s. Okay. And the next round, we're going up to now the highest, the newest high rep, which is 10, because we already did the 12. So we go 2, 12, 4, 10, okay, 6, 8, okay, and that's it. So do you see how it's kind of low, high, low, high? Hope that makes sense. But your coach will also be there to remind you each set what rep counts you're on. So let's go over the 8 exercises this week. Okay, one thing I did forget to say is 28-minute max today this week for our routine. So 28 minutes on the clock. Anyways, exercise 1 is jumping jacks. Very standard exercise. Try to get a nice full jump and nice full arm swings if you can. Alternative is a step jack. All right, so jumping jack or step jack. Exercise 2 is a bottoms up goblet squat. So you got your kettlebell for this. You want to pick it up like this, kind of underhand, because we're going to be flipping the bell up. So this is a bottoms up goblet squat. Normal squat stance, feet are hip width apart. Keep the kettlebell at your chest height. Don't let it sink down here. And we go into a squat, keeping the bottom of the kettlebell facing up. And that is our bottoms up goblet squat. Next exercise, narrow chest press. You got your 2 dumbbells. At a good angle, probably not. We're going to press the arms up, palms facing in, and then we're going to press the weights together. So we actually want them pressed together. And bring them all the way back down to the chest, or kind of the lower chest, so almost like the rib cage. And then press up. So keep your shoulders down. They're going to want to shrug, so don't let your shoulders shrug up to your ears. Keep your elbows in tight to your sides. And that's our narrow chest press. Put the weights down like this when you're done. Okay. An alternative for this exercise to keep you off the floor is going to be an incline or a wall push-up. Okay, team, next exercise is Superman. So we have those arms straight out in front. Legs are extended behind you. Keep your neck neutral. So you want to actually keep your nose kind of aimed towards the floor. So don't be looking up like I am right now. Okay, so head down. And then we exhale and lift the lower body and the upper. And relax. Lift and down. So make sure when you lift, you're not cranking your neck up like this. The goal here is to get as much of your torso off the floor as you can. That's our Superman. Okay, team, next exercise, 2-point row. We do this one a lot. This is the only exercise in this routine where you're going to count the reps separately on each side. So, for example, for the 2-rep round, you do 2 reps right, 2 reps left. Everything else for this routine this week, the count is total. I think I forgot to say that. Doesn't matter. Okay, yeah. Anyways, so step 1 leg back to the side with the weight. That's the leg that goes back. And you're resting comfortably on your front leg for support and for leverage. Keep your back nice and flat so we're not rounding or hunching at all like this. So to do that, what do? You pop your hips out. So this is me with a rounded back. I'm tucking my hips under without realizing it. I'm going to pop my hips back and see how that flattened out my back. Then we pull up and back, kind of towards the lower rib cage there, towards the hip bone. Notice I'm getting just a little bit of a twist rotation as I'm pulling up. So that is our 2-point row. Next exercise is burpees. Oh boy, lots of ways to do burpees. So hands down. Let's start on the incline. So many ways to do this. This will take forever. Long demo here. Okay, lots of ways to do this. Hands down on your incline. Step back without keeping your butt up. So step back, step in, and reach up. Okay? We can progress this to be a little harder by jumping back, jumping in, and reaching up, or jumping up. So jump back, jump in, jump up. That's the second option. Okay? Next option, removing that incline or going to something maybe a little lower, so between that and the floor, progressing it down. Next option, though, is hands on the floor, step back, step in, reach up. Final option is a full all-out burpee, which would be hands on the floor, jump back, jump in, jump up. So there are lots of options. You can do any combination of that. You can step out but jump in. You can jump out but step in. All sorts of options, mix and match between everything I showed you, but that is our burpee. Okay, team, deadlift is our next exercise. We're going to use a kettlebell for this. Okay, we do deadlifts quite often. Great exercise for the hips, glutes, and hamstrings. You've got your kettlebell. It's a hinge movement, so soft knee bend, but that's it for the knees. The rest is a hinge. Okay, so pop those hips back. Let the arms are as dead weight, hence deadlift. Arms and kettlebell fall straight down. Notice how I'm keeping a nice flat back. So what we don't want to do here is just round down like this. Keep that back flat by bringing those shoulder blades back and together. And my hips, watch, my hips start here, but end here. That's because I'm drawing my hips back. So that's how we perform a proper hinge or proper deadlift. For the lower rep sets, so the 2, the 4, maybe the 6, try something heavier because it's fewer reps. So give yourself a nice challenge with that. Last exercise, band side steps. So I was wrong about the 2-point row earlier. That is not the only exercise where you're counting each side separately. Also this one. What I mean by that is, for example, the 2 rep round, I'm going to step 2 to my right, 2 to my left. Okay, and then for our 12 rep set, which is set 2, I'm not going to do all 12, but I'm going to take 12 steps to my right, and then 12 steps back to my left. So you need a little bit of space for that. Okay, so yes, you do the rep count separately on each direction for that. Okay, those are our exercises. Again, good luck with the structure of the routine this week. It's a little different, but again, if the rep count is confusing you, your coach will have the order of the reps written on the board. But again, it goes low rep count and then high, and then the next lowest, next highest, next lowest, next highest. Really just we want you to kind of first try and have a little fun and confuse you this week. All right, enjoy it. See you back next week.